He was the first person to say to me, like, wow, I've never seen a locker room like this. I've been in this business for all these years. He goes, you guys, like, you're all together. Like, you're all sitting in the huddle around the monitor, watching each other's matches and cheering for match to be better than the one before. Like, everybody wanted this company to become something. I wanted to make it a family atmosphere amongst the boys, and that sounds so out of left field, but it was important to me because I thought if we're all in this together, and they see that I'm not a typical promoter, I'm not going to screw anybody or fuck anybody, and I never did. I never wrote a bad check in my life. Never made a promise I couldn't keep. You know, once they saw that, it flowed.
How did an honest guy work so long with? I don't mean this as an insult. All the stories are on the shows with Paul Heyman.
That didn't become an issue until closer to when I decided I want to leave. Now you're in the 95. That's our next DVD.
Right.
This is only 92 and 93.
Right.
94 and 95 we'll do next.
So at this point, he's a straight shooter?
Yeah, as far as I knew. I never saw any evidence otherwise. He never would say to me, hey, like as he would years later, I'm just going to tell him this, and never.
Did he ever want you to be complicit in telling, later on in 95, not here, but later on, want you to be complicit in the webs that he would weave?
That's what dissolved our partnership, yeah.
Because you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, 100%.
You wouldn't lie to a wrestler?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you a story. We were in New York doing a show with Tommy D, was his name, promoter in New York. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I just remember the Bruce Brothers were one. This is why I remember this. And I guess he was buying the show. And he's supposed to pay me, and we're using his venue and some of his guys. And that's what he wanted, to get some of his guys on our show, because we were starting to grow. And the show goes, I can't pay the guys. I said, what do you mean you can't pay the guys? He goes, listen, write them all checks. By the time they get home, by then I'll have had the money. I said, I'm not going to write them checks knowing that not me. I'm not going to write them bad checks. It's your show. You're supposed to be paying everybody, paying their money.
This is Tommy D, not
promoter.
Paul. Say, okay.
No, the promoter. He goes, come on, man. I said, no. I said, yo, Ron, the Bruce Brothers. This guy wants me to give you bad checks. He wants to fucking, they don't get you later. What are you thinking? Well, they picked him up. This guy's a little chunky dude. His brothers, they picked him up in the air. His feet were dangling. You're gonna fucking pay us, brother. I was like, well, let me get my briefcase. Also, Sammy took his briefcase. Like, these guys were gonna kill him. I said, don't beat him up, because you'll never get paid.
Right.
But then he called me. He's like, my briefcase is gone. I said, I've located it. I found out Sammy had taken it and thrown it over the fence or something. He went around and got it later on. I said, you pay the boys. The briefcase is back unopened. Somehow I came up with the money in the next 24 or 48 hours. Right. Yeah, but I won't screw money.
Right. But I mean, that's not Paul. I mean, this is a different.
It was just another. There's another example that I just would not be complicit in anything that I thought would come back later and say, this guy fucked me. I don't mind fucking him back. And I'll tell you something about Hawk. You said that. We had Hawk in a one of the like semi-mains, let's say, in an arena show. He calls me up. I guess the day before. Deep voice is, I gotta be honest with you, brother. I'm not gonna be there Saturday night. Said, what are you talking about? We've been advertising this on TV for like the last 4 years. I ain't gonna lie to you. You never lied to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on lockdown. I go, you're in jail? He goes, no, lockdown. I'm just smoking the shit in the mountains in a cabin, and I'm not coming out for a couple of days. Thank you for being honest. But no, and on some level, he would have just no shown anybody else. He would just told me like a couple of days later, I got something happened to play. But he didn't do that. He said, I respect for you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Right.
I'm getting fucked up, but I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to choose locking myself in a cabin and smoking crack.
I'll tell you what,
as opposed to meth, whatever.
Next time I come in, I'll do one show for free and one for for money. You didn't pay me yet. I'll give you at least one free show, and he did.
Right.
Honor
among thieves. It's a weird.
It is.
It's a weird place to find Zen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but still, that was, you got to respect the guy. At least is to say to you, I'm gonna give you a heads up. So you get there and find I'm not there. I'm telling you, a day ahead of time, I'm not coming.
Right. Like maybe Sid, who might have a softball game or
Right.
something like that. You said Hawk said to you he was shocked by the unity.
He said, I've never seen a dressing room
Right.
where nobody's trying to, there's nobody here trying to fuck anybody. Like, nobody here is trying to, like, he said, here I am. He goes, you got to wonder what this guy's up really about. What's it? Here, it's like, you come to the curtain, the whole fucking dressing room, everyone hugging you and telling you what a great match you had.
Right. And we always hear that here. And in our, 17, 18-hour chronicling of the history of this company so far, we always hear that. And it's usually attributed to Paul Heyman. Maybe by fans, maybe because it's what we see like in documentaries or the talking heads in those shows from Connecticut.
See, the thing is, when it was like that, he wasn't running things yet.
Well, what I want to say is,
timeline.
now we're talking back in '93. Were you kind of the spiritual guru?
I'd like to think so. I'd like kind of like not like a father figure per se, but I'd like to think that they knew they could trust me. They knew I'd have their backs. I always did, and they had mine, and they all believed. We all believed. We never saw audience reactions like this anywhere. I mean, you go watch a WWF show back then, where again the reason I got in the business is when we saw Papa Shango make the Ultimate Warrior throw up from across the arena. I said, "That's it, I'm done." That's when I decided I wanted to make my own promotion. That is the very moment. I encapsulized that very moment, and I thought to myself, we all believe it. Like, we all think, you know what, guys? Like the football, like our team, our football team, we have a chance to go to the playoffs this year. Like, we can build this. There's such passion here. It's crazy. We're selling more tapes and we're getting seats in the arena because we're starting getting around. Also, after an arena show, I get an order for 40 tapes from Japan. I go, Japan? How the fuck do they know how do they know what we're doing here? There's tape traders. Right? And that's how we grew that's how we survived the company. Because the house show alone, ticket sales weren't enough.
That locker room camaraderie and passion and all that. What percentage of it can I attribute to Paulie's time at the pulpit and his inspirational speeches?
Again, that came later after Eddie was gone now.
Right.
But he was a great motivational speaker. He was the guy. He was getting him out there to be the Newt Rocky guys. We've got this thing, but in the day-to-day, every day, give and take. When Mikey Whipwreck didn't have enough money to get home, and he had to come to my store and say, I didn't want to ask him, but I can't have money to get home. I said, all right, here, I'm just a train. Let me help you out. Why'd you spend all your money you gave me this weekend? Shouldn't you budget out enough for a train ride home? But they could come to me. No questions asked. That's what I felt.